In this video, let's go over some of the things that you should be doing after you hit publish on your book. Welcome to my channel. My name is Caroline and I make videos to help you make money online so that you can build a life you love. So the fun part is over. You have designed and created or written your book and you've had a great time doing it, and it is now available for sale on the Amazon marketplace, which means Amazon will start sending sales your way while you laze on a tropical beach somewhere, right? Right? Sadly, no. Once you do hit publish on that book, the work really begins. What happens in the first day or few days or that first week after your book goes live on Amazon is crucial to how it performs later on and how Amazon chooses to promote your book to its customers. Basically, if your book gets little to no interest, by that I mean sales, then Amazon assumes this book is not interesting, it's not written well, or it's not created well, or it's just not what the customers want, then it's not going to bother giving it any attention in the search results. Amazon wants to make sales. So if your book starts off making sales, Amazon will help it make more sales. More sales lead to more sales. So what can you do to help your books create or gain momentum when you first publish it into the Amazon marketplace? Here are 5 tips on what you should do after you hit publish on your book. Notify your email list. If you haven't got an email list yet, starting one should be a priority. People who join your email list are the most loyal and genuine of all potential customers. An email list is the only way that you can get directly in touch with someone who is already interested in your books or in your brand or in you. When someone chooses to give you their email address, it means that they like you, they like your brand or your books, you've created some sort of trust with that particular person, and so they want to give you their email address so you can keep in touch with them and you can keep them updated on what's going on with your brand, and for you to be able to notify them when you do have new products launching. If you have ever seen a book on Amazon and it was only published a few days ago or maybe a week or so ago, and they already have hundreds, maybe even thousands of reviews already, and you wonder how have they done that? Well, it's because they have an email list and they have kept their email list in the loop about the product that they have coming up or the book they are about to launch, and when that book was released, they would be the first ones to hear about it. And being very loyal to the brand that they love, they are more than happy to go and rush off and buy that book and leave reviews. Use your email list to build a team of people who will immediately buy and review your books whenever you release them. And don't just stop at talking about your book when it is newly released. You can also remind your list about books long after they're released, because sometimes they may have missed information about that older book or they weren't on your list at that particular time. So you need to keep reminding people about all your products, not just the ones that you're launching. Post and promote on social media. The second best way to connect with people who may be interested in your books is through social media. Post about existing books, post about new books that you're going to be released, and even post about products or services that you may offer that are related to the niche that your books are also in. But the trick with social media is not to just sell. People don't want to be constantly sold to, and if you do, they will quickly realize it and they will unfollow you. But if you insert your sales type of post in amongst other posts that are not salesy at all, posts where you maybe offer advice or tips or information about whatever your niche is about, or even just glimpses into you or your life or behind the scenes of your brand or something like that, then people will be much more inclined to take notice of your sales posts when you do them. And if they like what they see through your posts where you're not trying to sell them something, then they will be much more inclined to buy from you. People like buying things from people they like. And just as a side note, it shouldn't all be about selling as such, although you do have products that you want to show to these people. We should be more concerned about how our products can help people. So whether that be a low content book, such as a planner, which can help somebody schedule and organize their life much more efficiently, or a non-fiction book that will teach them something new, or even a fiction book where that will allow someone to escape into another world for a short period of time. When you can show your potential customers through social media how much your books can help them, it'll be much easier to convert those followers into paying customers. Get reviews. Ideally, getting reviews for your book immediately after it is published should be the main goal after you have hit publish. This is because reviews validate to Amazon and to other customers that your book is worth buying. And hopefully all those reviews you get are good. And getting reviews, particularly in those first few days, will really show to Amazon whether people want to buy your book and whether they like it. The Amazon algorithm works based on its customers' behavior, and it trusts what those customers do, what their customers' behavior is like on their website. The more sales you make, the more customers Amazon will show your products to, resulting in more sales. If you get no sales and no reviews, all Amazon sees is that its customers are not interested in your book, so it's not going to waste its time putting your book in front of customers who are probably not going to buy it. Amazon wants to make sales, period. It's going to only push those books that are already making sales. It wants books that are already proven to sell. And getting reviews then shows other customers that it is worth buying. If customers like what other people are saying about it, then they'll probably buy it too. But how do you get reviews, and how do you get them so quickly? If you have access to those first two things I just talked about, an email list and social media presence, then that would be the first place to go. Both of those methods are free, and it is where your most loyal followers and email list subscribers are, the people who are most likely to review your books. Other places that you can get reviews from are places like Facebook groups around the niche or the genre that your books are in. You can give away free copies of your book, or you can just let people know about it, that it's available for sale on the marketplace, and if they're interested in buying it and leaving a review, that would be great. Then there are other places that you can get reviews from, websites such as Booksprout, which is a website dedicated to having members that want to review books. These are generally more suited to high content books, not low content books, because you offer a free digital copy of your book before it is released, and then those people are very likely to go and leave a review on Amazon once your book is live. And just as a little note about reviews, I see a lot of people very concerned about asking for reviews, saying that it's against Amazon's terms. It is not against Amazon's terms to ask for a review. It is against their terms to specifically ask for a 5-star review, or a positive review, or a specific review of some kind. You cannot do that. All you can do is ask for an honest review, and that is totally fine. Buy your book. You should always buy a copy of your book when it is available to be printed. It's a good idea to have your own physical copy of the book so you can see exactly what it looks like in print and exactly what your customers are going to be receiving. You do get to see a preview of your book in the setup of your KDP book. When you are uploading your book, you get a preview screen where you can see how everything is laid out on each page, but it still doesn't really give you the exact idea of what it is going to look like exactly once it's printed. And it can look very different in print from the way you want it to actually look. Maybe once it's printed, the colors don't show or display the same way as they did on your computer screen. Maybe you print the cover glossy, but when you receive it, you realize it would look much better in matte. And that's something you can't see on your computer screen. Maybe the margins of your book aren't exactly where you want them once you see the book printed and see where the pages are actually cut. These are all aesthetic things, but sometimes having the physical copy of the book can also help you pick up other issues you may not have noticed, which could cause bad reviews from your customers. So it's handy to find these things out ASAP. And just as a side note, if you are creating low content books, then you are probably creating a high volume of books, or a lot more books than someone creating high content books would be. So it may not be feasible to buy every single book that you're creating, but I'd still suggest buying one of each book, or every now and then purchasing a book just to get an idea of what it prints like. So if you create lots of notebooks or journals that all have the same interior but different covers, then I'd still say go and buy one or two of them just so you can see how your interior prints out and what the quality of the cover looks like when you've had it printed, just to check that you're happy with the printing and the interior and how it prints on the page basically. And same if you're creating things like logbooks or planners, just print one or two of them just so you get an idea of how your tables are printing on the page, if that's how you create your calendars, or just make sure everything looks nice and the way you want it to look so that your customers are going to be happy when they get their printed copy. Link to Author Central. Your Author Central page is such an underrated sales tool when it comes to KDP, I think, because it's a place where customers can see all of your books. So if they buy one and they love it, this is somewhere that they can go and see every other book that you have and maybe buy more from you. You also have a place here to put a bio about yourself or your brand, and you can also put things in your bio such as information about external sites like your website or your social media accounts. You can link your blog to your Author Central page as well if you have one, and whenever you post a blog on your blog, your Author Central page will automatically update with that blog post too. And you can also post things like photos and videos on your Author Central page as well. Customers can also follow you on Amazon, and they do that on your Author Central page. If you've ever looked at an Author Central page, you may see a little yellow follow button, and that's what they can click to follow you. And this means whenever you publish a new book to KDP, Amazon emails your followers to let them know that you've released a new book. And so it's literally the only way that Amazon's customers can be made aware by you of your new books, since we cannot contact Amazon's customers any other way. So once you have published your book, make sure you go to your Author Central page and link your book to your Author Central page. It doesn't happen automatically. You do have to go in there and add it. So there are 5 really important things that you should be doing after you hit publish on your book. I feel like with publishing, particularly self-publishing, the real work starts after you have actually launched and made your book live. And the reality of self-publishing, regardless of whether it is low content book publishing or high content book publishing, is that it isn't all about just creating books. We also need to be constantly marketing and promoting our books and our brand in order to see any kind of success. It is really not a passive business if you want to consistently make income. So I hope these tips help you when you publish your next book. If you did like these tips, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. It definitely helps my channel and helps get my videos out there to help more people. And I will see you in the next video.